Little story here. Billy was stuck on a big cat. Okay? Loved the big cat.
Great bat.
He was not going to get rid of the big cat. He said, okay, we got this Adidas coming in. Why don't you swing? His first time swinging it, after it was broke in, he turns around and looked at me, and I think I have a video of that, and he goes, every year there's something getting better. It's all about money. It's all about competing with that next person that's coming up or the next company coming up and seeing what they can do better. It's kind of like, Apple competing with, the Macintosh and the Verizon with AT&T. Everybody, they put out an iPhone, it's iPhone 12, and they got to put out something else with Verizon that's better than a tablet that's better than the other one, and it's the best thing that they got out there. The same thing, I think Adidas, with that guy, and I've talked to him up in Vegas, that designed the Reebok, I think the way he weighted the bat. Billy, listen to a little story here. I'll talk about Billy. Way back in the day, Billy would take bats and he would go down to the fishing tackle, Leon's tackle, right? Remember that? And he would get weights.
Okay, and then pull the end cap out.
Pull the end cap out. For the bats that you could do that in the first place, which was a TPS and the Easton, right? Easton was the first one. And then he would pull them and sit there and melt it down and have a scale. I was there. He had a scale in his kitchen, and he would pour an ounce in, or an ounce and a half, and then he would pop it. Because remember, it had a polyurethane, it could go in there really nice.
So he would go illegal either.
No.
And nobody cared.
No, they don't care because they didn't know. Well, he would pull that star plug out of there. They call it an end load, but it was in the bat that far, which absorbed a lot of the energy from when you hit. So Billy thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead. And I was watching him. Wasn't participating. I was watching him. And he would pull it out. But I learned how to do that, right? I learned by Billy. So later on, I was at the house, cutting, doing all this. Do you see that finger? You see that tip that's cut off? That's from a knife sticking in at 25 years old, I was in the end cap with a knife. It folded up on me and cut the tip of my finger off. I was in the hospital going, they go, how'd you do this? I go, the knife folded up on me. Well, I didn't want to look like a dumbass, but I had in an end cap, a softball bat, and it folded up on me. Well, Billy would pour that lead in there at first, because then later on it was tungsten. He knows a guy that Southwest Research that had tungsten, so he would take he's like kind of like Bogey with bats. Bogey is that way with swings, but he's like that way with bats. So he would go and they'd pour tungsten in, and he would take it because tungsten's hard to pop out because the lead would be falling out. So he would take it, pop it in there, and go demo it. Just sit there and hit. And he learned that you could get more